Hello, good afternoon. My name is Devpatni. Today I'm going to talk about the presentation which is given by Professor Tarek to our group. So my group include four people: Adil Hussain, Sasibala, Amandeep Kaur, and myself. So today I'm going to talk about the cultural event film presentation. We have selected the film called Creators of Mistasani. So Creators of Mistasani is a short film created by First Nations filmmaker Caroline Monet. Caroline Monet used the NFP archival footage to create this film. This film showcased the traditional lifestyle of Cree hunters from Mistacini, which highlights the interplay between tradition and modernity within indigenous community. So, let's see what this film wants to say. So, the documentary follows three families of Cree hunters from Mistacini as they engage in traditional activities like building winter camps, hunting, and showcasing the rhythm of Cree family life. It also features the construction of a canoe using traditional material by Kesa Nevasis, providing a glimpse into indigenous craftsmanship. The film captures the Mohawk community working in Manhattan and their steel construction skills. They live together in Kanhavke Reserve in Quebec. So, who are the key characters of this event? So, the key characters of including Cree hunters from Mistassini, particularly focusing on their daily activities, craftsmanship, and the Mohawk community working in Manhattan. So, let's talk about the historic context. So, the background information about the time and place the film was made. So, the film was crafted using NFB archival footage and sheds light on indigenous life in the far north to the urban south. It portrays the traditional practices of Cree hunters from Star City and the Mohawk community work in Manhattan. How it might have influenced the film. So, the historical context of indigenous tradition and their adaptation of modern settings likely influenced the portrayal of Cree hunters' lives and showcased the contrast between traditional and modernity. So, the basic concept of this film was to show that the Cree peoples were used to preserve their historic culture and traditions by using new modern technologies or new modern techniques. So, the introduction to the Cree hunters of Mistashini. The Cree hunters of Mistashini are a group of indigenous people living in the Mistashini region of Quebec, Canada. They have a deep connection to the land, relying on hunting and trapping for their sustenance and traditional way of life. So let's give me an overview of the Cree people and their hunting practices. So the Cree peoples are indigenous people who have inhabited the Mistassini region of northern Quebec, Canada, from centuries and centuries ago. The Cree have deep spiritual connection to the land and have traditionally relied on hunting, fishing, and gathering for their substances. So the presentation which is provided by me will give overview of the Cree's seasonal migration pattern and their use of traditional hunting tools and techniques such as snowshoes, dog sleds, and bow and arrows. So now let's see what are the Cree hunters. Who are the Cree hunters of Mistazani? So there are four part. One of them is legacy of hunting, connection of natures, cultural traditions, and community importance. So legacy of hunting shows us that the Cree hunters of Mistacini are descendants of an ancient line of skilled hunters and connection to the nature. They have deep spiritual cultural connection to the land and its resources. Cultural traditions. The Cree hunters of Mistachani uphold traditional hunting practices and rituals. Community importance. They play a vital role in maintaining the cultural fabric of the Cree community. This was the overview of Cree people which I have already given to you, and now we will move on to where is Mistassini located. So Mistassini is a small community located in Quebec, Canada, within the traditional territory of Cree Nation. It is situated near the beautiful Mistassini Lake, surrounded by stunning natural landscapes and rich wildlife. Now, let's see, where did the Cree hunters of Mistassini originated? So, the historic root of the Cree hunters of Mistassini have ancestral root dating back over 6,000 years. Now, let's see what are their traditional knowledge. Their origins are steeped in traditional practices and wisdom passed down through generations. And first contact, when anyone have seen the Cree people, the arrival of European explorers in the 17th century brought new influence to their way of life. So this is how they originated. Now let's see what is the traditional way of life for the Cree hunters of Mistasini. Before that, I want to give spiritual belief and traditional knowledge to Cree people. So the Cree people have a rich spiritual tradition, which elders playing a crucial role in passing down traditions, knowledge, and belief to younger generations. This includes teaching about the interconnectedness of all living things, the importance of respecting the land and animals, and the role of dreams and visions in Cree culture. So, this presentation highlights how the Cree's spiritual worldview is deeply integrated into their daily lives and hunting practices. Now, let's get on this slide, which shows what is the traditional way of life for the Cree hunters of Mistasini. So, the traditional way of life for the Cree hunters of Mistasini revolves around a deep connection to the land and nature. They live in closer, knit communities, relying on hunting, fishing, and gathering sustenance themselves. Their daily lives are steeped in the traditional rituals and profound respect for the environment, which I already say. They were connected by land, and their main object of living was hunting, fishing, and gathering some sustenance for their living. Now let's see, why is the preservation of Cree culture and traditions are important. So there are, I have given it in four parts, which is heritage, identity, connection to the nature, and cultural legacy. So preserving Cree culture and ensure the passing down of ancient traditions and values, which I already said that they pass the tradition and tradition to elder people to the new generation. Identity. It fosters a strong sense of identity and belonging among the Cree community. It gives them identity to live. The third part is connection to the nature, which I have already said that it maintains a profound connection to the land, wildlife, and nature resources. Cultural legacy. It safeguards a rich cultural legacy of future generation to embark and celebrate. They give their traditions to the new generation, and it keeps going on. So now let's see the role of hunting in Cree culture. Hunting is an integral part of Cree culture, deeply rooted into traditions and spiritually also. For the Cree people, hunting sustained their way of life, providing food, clothing, and material for their communities. Now let's see the challenges which is faced by the Creek hunters of Mistashini today. Impact of climate change. The changing climate has disrupted traditional hunting patterns. Loss of hunting territories in encroachment and development have reduced available hunting grounds. Government regulations, restrictions on hunting practices affect traditional way of harvesting resources, and modernization increase modernized poses and threat to the perseverance of traditional hunting practices. So what this slide also says. So the presentation discussed the various challenges the Cree community is facing, including environmental changes such as melting, permafrost, and declining wildlife populations. It also touches on the impact of modernization and the encroachment of industrial development of traditional Creek lands and way of life. The Cree are working on adapt these changes while also preserving their culture heritage and connection to the land. So there were so many challenges, but the main part was they were also urbanizing by preserving mm, their tradition and the cultural heritage by itself. So this is the slide which shows the efforts of preserve Cree culture and traditions. So tradition dance workshop, they used to have dance workshops like community members organize the participants in traditional Cree dance workshop to pass down the unique choreography and cultural significance of the younger generation. They used to give classes to the younger generation about their cultural dance and the tradition which they follow from the past. The language revitalization program, which initiative are in the place to revitalize the Cree language, teaching it in school and through the community events to ensure its perseverance for future generations. They used to they used to teach language to the schools and the community events for younger generation to don't forget their languages and their dance and their tradition. So from this there are four key takeaways which gives us conclusion. The first one is preservation of culture. It is crucial to preserve the culture, tradition, and practice of the Cree hunters of Mistassini. Their unique way of life in an essential part of their identity and should be safeguarded for future generations. The challenges and resilience. The Cree hunters face significant challenges in their preservation, their way of life. However, their resilience and determination to overcome this obstacle demonstrate the strength and their community. The community stewardship. The role of the community in upholding traditions and supporting the next generation is vital for the continuation of Cree culture. Through collective action, the community can ensure the survival of their heritage. And the last one is legacy and impact. The legacy of the Cree hunters of Mistazani has a profound impact on indigenous culture and serve as a source of inspiration for culture preservation effort and worldwide. So, from this conclusion, I want to say the this presentation, which is provided by us, gives us a comprehensive introduction to the Cree hunters of Mistasini by highlighting their traditional way of life, cultural practices, and the challenges they face in the modern era. It also emphasized the Cree people's deep spiritual connection to the land and their reliance on hunting, fishing, and gathering for their survival. From this presentation, me and my team serves as a valuable resource for understanding the Cree people's unique perspective and the importance of the preserving indigenous knowledge and practices. Thank you so much.